for April Fool's videos, but this is the first one. What if Shrek was elected president? So, it is 2024. America is so divided that they can't choose over two old men. But some ogre from Florida decides to run for president. The election night is in. This is what they are expecting. No one is going to be voting for Shrek. Because who would vote for an ogre? Okay, this is what they are expecting the map to be. Just the usual. Shrek may siphon off enough votes so Trump wins the election. That's what they're all gonna say. And Trump would win the election almost handedly. But that doesn't happen. Yeah. The election night is in. The first two states, both Indiana and Kentucky, report their elections. Since here. But for some reason, Shrek takes the lead in Kentucky. No one was expecting Shrek to take the lead in Kentucky. Then he took the lead in Indiana. Now, Shrek has been declared the winner in Indiana and Kentucky. Next is Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Vermont, Virginia as well. So, but the same thing continued to go throughout election night. Yeah. Some states managed to still be very stubborn and refuse to vote for Shrek. But the overwhelmingly majority of the American people voted Shrek. Shrek wins a majority of the electoral votes needed to win the presidency. At the end of the day, Shrek wins with 459 votes. Joe Biden got 64 and Trump simply got 15. That's because California, for some reason, still votes for Joe Biden. Yeah, they hate Shrek too. I don't know why. Yeah, Shrek is banned from all schools in California. So Shrek decided to say it's Shrekin time. And now is the leader of one of the most important and influential countries in the world. The first thing Shrek demands America to do is to make a Shrek 5 and Shrek 6, as Shrek is the most important character to American culture. Now, also a Puss in Boots 3 will also be made as well. Shrek, using the powers of Shrek, demands Canada to join. Of course, because they love our Lord and Savior Shrek, Canada decides to join with the US as well. Well, and all sing All Star together as well. Puss in Boots, one of Shrek's great friends, is elected in Mexico, so basically making Shrek's first major ally as well. Because Puss in Boots is Puss in Boots, he takes over parts of a lot of the Latin American countries as well, stopping the villains from taking over these countries, whereas the people are grateful that our favorite fearless hero owns a lot of countries as well, and also stopping Big Jack Horner from taking over. But another side is taking over. Lord Farquaad God as well. Lord Farquaad is back for revenge and takes over France and takes over the Netherlands as well, along with Prince Charming. They do not like the fact that Shrek has so much influence in the world. So Prince Charming and Lord Farquaad take over a bunch of countries as well. More of Shrek's allies, more of Shrek's friends turn to his side as well. Well, realizing that hey, these two evil guys must be stopped. Big Jack Horner also takes over Colombia and Brazil, creating the Big Jack Horner Empire as well. Yeah. Yeah. The world is at war. The world is almost at war. Big Jack Horner takes some African countries from some weird reason. It creates the and basically everyone in this part of Africa is now forced to worship Big Jack Horner as well as some sort of god for some reason. Yeah, he's that crazy. Same thing with Lord Farquaad. Lord Farquaad does not like to admit this many countries in Africa. It takes over a lot of Africa as well. Well, creating the Lord Farquaad Empire, along with Prince Charming taking a lot of West Africa as well. Well, claiming all of these African countries as their own. This makes Shrek angry, as there's a lot of ogres in Africa too, who are going to be oppressed by Lord Farquaad and his friends. So them and the rest of the normal African countries that are not taken over by Lord Farquaad, the the African Union declares war on Lord Farquaad and his friends. They all put a statement to say, end the imperialization of Africa, Lord Farquaad. Lord Farquaad basically says no, and he also takes over Iraq and Syria as well for the oil as well. And then Big Zack Horner takes over Iran as well, pissing off countries in the Middle East. The rest of what remains of NATO also declares war on Lord Farquaad and Prince Charming and Big Zack Horner. Even Vladimir Putin does not like Lord Farquaad, so for once he joins on the side of the West to defeat Lord Farquaad's world domination alongside his friends as well. Well, will our heroes win against the evil Lord Farquaad and Big Jack Horner, who also in the meantime took several more South American countries as well? The rest of South America goes into panic mode and declares war on Big Jack Horner and Lord Farquaad and his friends as well. Same thing with the rest of the Middle East, fighting against Big Jack Horner and his friends and Lord Farquaad as well. Lord Farquaad takes over the southern portion of the Middle East as well, and takes it over very quickly as well. Also, Lord Farquaad takes over Pakistan. Meanwhile, Big Jack Horner takes over Bangladesh, which is also going to bring Asia into this war. Prince Charming takes over a lot of this part of Asia, which puts the Asian powers into panic as well. Well, which causes China and India, for once, join the side of the West. Even Kim Jong-un is scared of Big Jack Horner as well, and joins against Big Jack Horner and Lord Farquaad. Big Jack Horner takes a lot of this area as well. Part of Indonesia as well, causing Indonesia to join the war as well. We'll only be highlighting the important islands, which includes the island of East Timor and this is basically the world at war with these guys. The war begins. Lord Farquaad and his allies invade Ecuador. Ecuador stands no chance and is defeated. Did as well. Same thing with Niger, who is invaded relatively quickly as well and is defeated relatively quickly. As well. Same thing with the Guyanas in this part of Brazil is defeated. Angola is also defeated relatively quickly as well. Germany is basically surrounded by Lord Farquaad and Prince Charming, who start to invade the country. But Shrek is here to the rescue. A bunch of Shrek troops have come to basically stop the invasion. Puss in Boots starts to invade Big Jack Corner's areas here, and starts to invade the northern part of here, taking away a lot of land from Big Jack Corner. Donkey, who is the vice president of America, decides to basically say, hey, there's a way we can stop them from winning. We have to defeat the fairy godmother, who lives in France. They push back in the lines of Germany, in the French side of Germany. They start to push back in the French side of Germany to fight back against it. But the fairy godmother, this was a trap set by the fairy godmother and Lord Farquaad, who easily surround this area and push back. This was a big devastating blow, as basically Prince Charming tricked them as well. Meanwhile, Prince Charming starts an invasion of Russia. This is going to be pretty bad for Russia, as well, as they steamroll over Ukraine and a bunch of weaker countries. Lord Farquaad and Prince Charming defeat Germany. They also start to invade Denmark, and Denmark gets defeated pretty easily. They also take out Israel and these other two countries here. Meanwhile, the Asian territories are being taken out easily by China and India as well. Meaning Asia is now safe from Lord Farquaad and Big Jack Corner and, of course, Prince Charming. Meanwhile, they have taken over a lot of Africa. African countries are not very strong in the global power index besides Ethiopia, which leaves Ethiopia the only African country really standing that's left as well, along with South Africa and the coastal countries. They even took out Madagascar. Also, Saudi Arabia is taken out as well, and these countries up here are taken out relatively easily as well, and parts of Turkey is taken out as well. Well, here. It looks like the Shrek side is losing as well. Here, where they do have Asa on the side, fighting against Lord Farquaad and his evil empire as well. But they get to the area where they fight Lord Farquaad. Here, Shrek and a bunch of people get the dragon. The dragon invades Lord Farquaad's area and burns down a bunch of cities. The dragon from Shrek continues to burn down a lot of France as well. And they reach Lord Farquaad's palace, which is around here. Lord Farquaad does not like the fact that he is losing the war as well. They also start to get pushed back in Africa as well and lose territory in Africa. Things are all going so poorly for Lord Farquaad as well. Meanwhile, Big Jack Corner is losing in South America. Big Jack Corner's palace has been basically invaded here, and it's very close to being defeated as well. he has lost a huge chunk of land as well. Same thing of Africa as well, as because of the dragon basically destroying a lot of, basically the military centers. The military is in collapse as well. Meanwhile, Prince Charming is struggling against Russia, so in this battle, kind of like a certain mustache man did. Yeah. Meanwhile, they did take the Caucasus regions, but Big Jack Quarter seemed to be the first one to lose as well. Lord Farquaad sends troops along with Prince Charming to save the area as well. But things are still not going all too well for them in South America. They start to lose a lot of Africa, and Africa becomes independent. Alongside South America is free from the influence of these two guys. The Middle East is starting to be freed as well, as it's the next portion of the war. Freeing Iran and all these countries away from as well. Russia starts to push back against Prince Charming, putting him back to the borders of Poland. The whole world is united against stopping Lord Farquaad and Prince Charming. The fairy godmother tries to risk for Prince Charming to win, but it doesn't work, and the fairy godmother is defeated. Then it's Lord Farquaad. Lord Farquaad is killed, and Shrek and all of his allies create the Shrek UN. This is a new UN where everybody worships Shrek, and Shrekism is now the new religion. Shrek, of course, goes out into the stars and conquers the world, the galaxy as well, and also once the heat death of the universe collapses, because of Shrek's greatness, Shrek creates a Shrek universe where basically the entire world revolves around Shrek as well. And Shrek finally gets a whole planet all to himself, where no one bothers him ever again. And that's how Shrek took over the world.